There we go. Okay. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another Dark Avenger live. We are officially live. We're almost a half hour late. Well, I should have scheduled this for 10 o'clock. I was 50-50 going back and forth about it. I knew today was going to be a bit busy, thus dinner was going to be late. But I said, no, we'll make it in time or I'll switch it to 9:45, 9:53. So here we are once again. And DC Comics has released their first handful of books. We're going to talk about that. I got some really fun stuff in the mail. Some of it I'm going to show here and some of it I won't. And that pertains to something else I'm going to be talking about. Today's going to be a fun show because we are going to be talking about stuff that's coming up. And David's been here for a while. So what's going on, David Presley? I hope I'm saying that right. And I know my man, Black Knight. Black Knight's been here for a while. What's up, Black Knight? Welcome in. I'm sorry for keeping anyone who's been here waiting. But we are here now, and we are here to have some fun. I want to just open some things up so we can discuss. Okay, there's Midtown. Okay. I just got back from my shop. Oh, cool. So let's see if you picked anything up when we talk about it. So I got a couple of really cool things today. I do want to talk about Amazon. I'm just organizing what I have here. There's something I want to talk about when it comes to Amazon. I want to talk about what's going to be going on in the channel. And then I'm going to mention Patreon. I actually do have a Patreon. It's fully set up now. Ever since last week's show, I did work on that a bit. But I'm going to leave all the fun stuff for last. Let's get the one aggravating thing out of the way. Bavarian, what is going on? How are you doing, dear? Hopefully you're feeling better. I know you've been having a bit of problems. Hopefully you're feeling better. So, and it actually pertains to Bavarian because we've talked about this. So before I was able to find this on in stock trade, I found it on Amazon. I had it pre-ordered for months. This is until, of course, my Manifest Destiny trade fiasco, and it was already being processed to ship. So Amazon's one of the few places that shipped out X-Men Volume 1. So I was happy to get it. I got it early. You know, in stock trade doesn't have it yet. Midtown isn't advertising to sell it yet. I believe they're supposedly advertising it comes out next week. So I was happy I got it. And I mean, if you look at the cover is great. The cover's in great shape, right? Then it turns out, of course, they put this in an envelope again. And of course, in putting it in an envelope, and it's not going to really show, but you're going to see right above Volume 1, this is a tear that isn't just a tear in the cover. It wouldn't be a problem if it was a tear in the cover. It actually goes as deep as the spine. So basically, at some point, it's going to hurt the bottom of this trade. So, yeah, I'm probably going to end up getting a second copy. And maybe if somebody's interested, I'll do a giveaway for this. If not, then I'll just hold on to it. But this is how I'm collecting my X-Men. I'm collecting X-Men, X-Force. If Children of the Atom is good, I'll be collecting that this way. Cable, Marauders. And I forgot what other. There's another series I was collecting also, and I just can't remember at the moment. But I'm collecting all the X-Men in trade. I feel like, especially with Jonathan Hickman, it'll collect better in trade. I know if I waited longer, I could get the hardcover, but I'm probably going to get another copy of this because I'm very dissatisfied with Amazon. But I don't want this to go to waste, so I'll probably send, when I get my second copy, I'll probably offer this out to somebody, to a viewer, to someone on the channel. I'll do a giveaway and I'll send this out to somebody who might enjoy it, even though there's a little ding on the spine. Some people don't care about that. I'd like to keep my books in as good shape as possible. And yeah, but this is a really good run. I've been enjoying Hickman's X-Men. I see that David's like, nice Volume 1, my guy. Thank you. That sucks. It's like, it came like that. I agree. And my biggest problem with Amazon is they send everything. If it's small enough to fit in those stupid blue envelopes, that's what they send them in. This, DVDs, video games. I'm nervous because I ordered Star Wars, the last movie, from them, and it's going to come in an envelope. And, you know, USPS, God bless them. They're doing a hard-working job. But things bang around. Things crash around. They bang into one another. That's you don't do that with books like this. And I don't know what to do to get through to Amazon at this point. But I'm overly frustrated and just done with it. So I literally canceled, I want to say in total, because I had hardcovers, I had the Man of Steel hardcover, I had the rest of the X-Men volumes, I had Nightwing. There were 2 Nightwing books I had on pre-order. I had a couple of artist-proof books, which I am going to start getting artist-proof books. I had a lot. I canceled at least a good $200-300 worth of trades and that's a pre-order over the rest of the year, all the way into like November. Canceled all of it. I was so upset. I canceled everything and said, screw it. I'm going to in-stock trade. So that's where I'm going to go to find my new copy, because in-stock trade is a lot cheaper when it comes to trades also. Even if you have to pay the shipping, it equals out to almost exactly the same as Amazon anyway. So if this is anything, PSA, don't buy, especially trade paperbacks from Amazon. Don't buy hardcovers either, because you know what? They get dinged up just as bad. Don't do it. Go to instocktrade.com, go to midtowncomics.com, go to your local comic shop, go somewhere where they make sure that the books are good before they send it to you, or if they're going to send it to you, they send it to you at least not in an envelope, because that's just stupid. It's annoying as hell, I will say that. I agree Hickman's run would be better in trade. Man, about that trade, Amazon is really good with returns. Maybe try. I thought about a Bavarian, but then again, I got to repackage it. I got to send it out. The envelope was, you don't want to know the shape of the envelope, so I'd have to find a box, and the place where I would have to return it to charges for boxes, so I'd end up spending more just to get another trade when I could just go to, and they're going to send it again in an envelope, let's be fair, and it could be worse, so I might just go to in-stock trade. Amazon just, I'm done with them. I agree trades are good for Hickman stuff. And then I'm taking a gamble on Wolverine Omnibus reprint from Amazon. If it arrives damaged. See, now that I agree. I would return it. I paid $65, which isn't too bad. But with an Omnibus, because it's big, I don't think they'd ship it in an envelope. If they do Bavarian, please share it in the group. Share it in the Dark Avenger Nation, because that would be ridiculous if they put an Omnibus in those little envelopes. If they do. If they don't, then I pray that they send it in a box, and B, it's not dinged up. If it is dinged up, for an Omnibus, I 100% agree. Send it back. Not worth it at all. Then that book, I think I only paid, how much is it cover price? Cover price says $17.99. I think I paid $13 because they have the discounts on Amazon, and for pre-orders, if it goes down, you get a bonus, and I think they actually sent me another $1 back. So from my shop, BPRD Hell on Earth issue 105 to 122 and Curse. Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually saw that BPRD Hell on Earth, I don't know if it's the library edition or the full edition, the Omnibus is coming out. So either I'm going to wait for it to show up on In-Stock Trade, or I might still pre-order from DCBS. I have a couple more weeks before I can make that decision. I ordered over $400 in trade paperbacks. Wow. But David, then that means you don't really read that many single issues, or do you still read a lot of single issues too? Just pure curiosity. So I did get another package from, I went on an eBay and I did a bid for an item that I got. And I actually got 2 items from 2 separate sellers. I guess I'll show them now since we're doing stuff that came in. So we're going to leave all the bad stuff behind. Let's talk about some fun stuff. So I got an issue number 1, which is a first appearance. And honestly, I just wanted it in my collection also because it's the variant cover. It's Captain Marvel, issue number 1. This is the Ripley Ryan first appearance, who is now Star in the Marvel Universe. It's the first appearance. This is the, I forget who did the variant. I forget the variant, who made the variant. But this is the variant, one of the many variants for Captain Marvel issue number 1. I'm probably going to save it. It looks like it's in almost 9.8, grade. I might send it out to be graded because I already am getting Captain Marvel in trade, so I won't need the single issues. And I've already read issue number 1, and I believe I do have issue number 1. I just wanted to be sure about it, and this cost me basically cover price. I think it was like $2 or $3 more plus shipping. So I will be probably CGCing this book at some point soon. I also placed my first pre-order with DCBS, 2 omnibuses, 50% off. I know you can't beat it, right? You can't beat DCBS's really good deals when it comes to books. I always say a comic shop is always fun to be in, though, because of the crowd, because of the people, because of the atmosphere. It's always great to go into a comic shop. So while I do buy a lot, if I could ever find a shop, I probably would start buying extra books just to go to the shop. Now, the next thing I bought is, I talked about CGC. I actually did get something CGC'd. I bought something that was already CGC'd. I read single issues and trade paperbacks. Okay, cool, David. Then cheers that you're able to. I'm going to slide this out of the plastic. So I did get one thing CG that is CGC'd already. It's a bit loose, shaking it around, but you know what? It keeps the book safe. So I saw this on eBay. I saw 2 different covers. Only could afford one, and I think I went with the better of the 2. This is a 9.8 Captain Marvel issue number 8. This is the first appearance of Star. It also is the Secret Carnage variant. I don't think you're going to see it on screen, but the Captain Marvel symbol actually has no, you're not going to see it. Not at all. Maybe if I do that. No, you can't see it because of the glare. I'm sorry. But this is the secret variant. So Marvel's been doing secret variants for a while. So I guess that Spider-Woman issue 1 wasn't the first. But I had to get this. I saw it. It was on sale. It was for a very good price. And like I said, it's the first appearance. I've already read the issue, so I don't feel bad that it's CGC'd. I am going to start grabbing a couple of these. I mean, I guess once you start with these, it's one of those things where I like them. They're nice. I have a TMNT one. I'm going to put Captain Marvel right next to it probably. From time to time, as money allows, I might grab a CGC here or there or somewhere. I have the protective sleeve that it goes in, but I saw it online. I've been reading a bunch of back issues lately, and Captain Marvel was one of them, and Star also was another one of them. So I saw this. It's a 9.8 grade. I mean, near perfect. Why not? So I grabbed Captain Marvel, issue number 8. My regret is that I didn't get the second printing. The second printing actually had Star on the cover, and that's the one I really wanted to get both. I was I was conflicted on which one to get, but then this said it was the secret first printing variant. You know, it's the first print. So I was like, okay, it's the first printing. It's a secret. All right, I'll get this one. But I do regret that I left the other one on eBay. But, I mean, as you all know, I'm sure CGCs aren't exactly cheap. So I feel like I went with the better pick for first. And with that, I'm getting a little thing in the background. So I will BRB. Sorry about that. Sorry. Had to whoop, whoop. So I had to do something real quick. What just happened? I had to the baby woke up, so I had to take care of her for 2 seconds. So I had to get up and move. So I moved, and now I'm back. So I'm back. Do you think Man of Steel by John Burns would be a good first dive into Superman? They are coming out. Yes, actually, Bavarian. That's what I was talking about. I actually, and I see your comment, Black Knight. I'm going to get to you. I started Superman in 1998 with Superman Forever, and then immediately found out about the Man of Steel miniseries that kicked off the rebirth, the remake of Superman after Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I think that would be a perfect insert point for you because, number one, it brings in the status quo that we are used to today with the Kents being alive. The only thing that's changed from Man of Steel to current day was the way Krypton was. In Man of Steel, John Burns made Krypton a bit colder, a bit more science-driven. The costumes were a bit weird, and that stuck for many, many years until they brought back the traditional Kryptonian costumes, the original Krypton, where it wasn't just these cold, driven only by science people. Krypton is something you could look over because, again, it's only Krypton and it's only the parents. And while a lot of people didn't like it, again, that got fixed. I would say it got fixed in the late 90s, early 2000s. So, and again, it's not something that played heavily. And again, it brought us the Eradicator and so many other things. But yes, definitely get that hardcover. I'm getting it. I have the trade paperback, which was the collection of only the first 6 Man of Steel issues, the 6-issue miniseries. And what I would say definitely, this book is coming with the first 6 issues, Adventures of Superman, Man of Steel, and it's basically going to be an omnibus of Superman from 1986 to now, or from 1986 probably until maybe the early 2000s, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but yes. The short answer is yes, get it. It'll throw you right into where Superman is today. I just think they might skip over Doomsday because they've already done the Death and Return of Superman in multiple different omnibuses. So at some point I would recommend, and I'm saying this to myself as well because I still don't have it and I know it's sold out almost everywhere, the Death and Return of Superman. Get that trade or that omnibus if you haven't, because when Man of Steel's volumes, if they get that far, get there, they're going to probably skip over it. I hope not. I hope they don't. I hope they find a way to keep it so this way it keeps a complete run. But they might say, if you want this from here to here, go find the Superman Death and Return omnibus, which I really hope they don't because I missed out on it and I don't think it is even available in shops anymore. Did you like the Captain Marvel movie? I did not watch the Captain Marvel movie. I don't even own it. To be honest, Black Knight. That was one of the few Marvel movies I missed out on before the whole Phase 3, ended, before the whole Avengers thing ended. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Maybe in the future, but not right at this moment. I'm not watching it. I came back into comics when I was 17 with Planet Hulk. I came into comics at age 11. I didn't start seriously collecting until about maybe... No, I started seriously collecting Superman right away. I didn't start branching out. Let me put it that way. I didn't start branching out into other comics beyond Superman until about 13, 14. And it was Ultimate Spider-Man, which led into Amazing, which led into Avengers, which led into a bunch of different things. And then the channel started, and as you all know, Blackest Night and everything else started happening. I'm not a big fan of the death of Superman. That's fair. I liked it. Again, I'm sure if I was living in the 90s and we were doing this and they killed Superman and I had no clue that they were planning to bring him back, that it was just like this big event for like half a year, I probably wouldn't have liked it either. I didn't like Captain Marvel. I didn't watch the movie. I heard nothing but pretty bad things, not only about the movie, but about the actress who plays Captain Marvel. I don't know if any of that's true. I really don't care. Again, when it comes to me, anyone who knows me knows that my time is spent in the comic books, and I do video games from time to time. I do collectibles. Movies is that one aspect of myself, movies and TV, where I take what I can, when I can, and most of the time it's through streaming services, DVDs, or just regular TV. So when it comes to movies and stuff, most of the time, if I don't catch it streaming or if I don't catch it on TV or whatever, I haven't watched it. The only movie I can say that I watched when it came out was any movie I did a review on. I believe I saw Spider-Man Homecoming because I was interested, and of course Avengers Endgame. I wanted to watch that as soon as possible so I'd get the least amount of spoilers, unlike Endgame, where literally the ending scene where everybody started to get away was all over the internet, and I was like, I wanted to wait. Okay, so that was Captain Marvel. So, that being said, there actually were some books that were released today, and I do want to go over that really quick because I feel like there's a topic in this. So, here's Midtown Comics. Okay, shrink me. That's very good. But you guys can't really see it, so I'm going to... No, it doesn't matter. It's going to make it that way. Can I make you big completely? Why can you not be big? This and then this. No matter what. I guess it's the website. Yeah, it's the website because it's not showing the bars or anything. Okay, so then we're gonna just do it this way. So only a handful of books came out. We have Batman Giant issue number 4, which is a bunch of reprints and an original story. A third printing for Batman 89. So anybody who didn't get it, you can grab it. Now in the new books, we have Daphne Byrne issue number 4. I don't know that many people that are actually reading Daphne Byrne. The Dreaming issue number 20 was released. And then the one book that sold out, Nightwing issue number 70's second printing. I'm so glad I got the first printing of this book finally. And then a bunch of hardcovers and stuff that probably would have come out anyway. And then everybody, all other companies are just releasing trades right now. So honestly, the only new book we got this week was Daphne Byrne issue number 4. Everything else is a second printing, a third printing, or the Batman Giant. So a lot of people were getting upset at DC Comics, but in reality, DC Comics has only released reprints. Oh, and The Dreaming. So Daphne Byrne and The Dreaming are the only 2 books that were released. I do read The Dreaming. I'm far behind. I'm a couple of issues behind on The Dreaming because I started to fall out of it a little bit, but my shop is staying with Diamond. I think most shops will. Actually, let me go back to the top first. To Superman for All Seasons is one of my favorite Superman stories. I do like that. I did enjoy Superman for All Seasons. Where did you get Nightwing 70? I actually found it on Amazon. There are a few comic shops that advertise through Amazon. And I looked on eBay, and eBay they wanted 17, 20. Some people wanted 100. So I decided to take a chance and look on Amazon. I ended up buying it from, what's the name of the site? I got this one from Hannigan's Comics. Bridge Comics, I think, was where I got Nightwing 70, and I think I paid $6 for the book and $3 for shipping. So in total, I almost spent $10, but that's with the shipping and everything. So it was pretty fair. They didn't hike the price up. I still don't understand why Nightwing 70 is selling out. Punchline was not in it. Punchline is not going to be in it until issue 73. My hope is that I get on Midtown really early this coming Wednesday because it's rumored that Nightwing 72 is coming out this coming Tuesday. And that is the only book I did not pre-order with DCBS. It was too late to throw that into my order. But I'm hoping to get my hands on Nightwing 72. After that, I don't have to worry because my Nightwings, my Batmans, and my Batgirls even are pre-ordered through DCBS then for the remainder of the Joker War. And then I'll see if I stick with Nightwing if it's really good. But it's crazy how everybody's going nuts for this Punchline. And I'm being honest with y'all, she ain't going to be in it until the middle of the Joker War or the beginning of the Joker War. She's in Nightwing 73. She's on the cover. She's been advertised. So I don't know why everybody's going nuts for Nightwing 70. There really nothing big happened in that issue at all, in my opinion. Black Label is cool, but it's not going to replace. It's not a great replace. It's not. I agree. I think it's more of DC just finding a way to say these are adult books, so we can do more adult stuff, and we can say fuck a lot because I've noticed that every Black Label book. That's basically the premise of it. Even their Harley Quinn on the DC Universe streaming app, every other word is F and F and F. And I live in New York, so for me, it's normal. It's like, okay, you can walk down the street and hear somebody talking like that. But Black Label just gives DC the ability and excuse to curse, have certain things. I mean, we had Bat Penis in the first ever Black Label book, Batman Damned, issue number 1, which was then edited out. I actually have Batman Damned issue number 1 with Bat Penis, and I'm not going to CGC that for the sheer purpose of I'm not going to send it out. I'm going to keep it in my collection. But I have it, and I'm glad I have it because even if you get it digitally now, they've digitally edited it out everywhere. You cannot, unless you find a pirated page or somebody who scanned their page, you will not see the original thing. And I feel like that makes the book very valuable to myself, and it makes the book very valuable, period. So, cool. But Black Label's okay. I like Black Label for what it is. So going back to DC, I mean, everybody was flipping out on DC. Everybody was so pissed that DC was forcing people to buy books, or again, and every shop has the right to stick with Diamond, especially because they've given a date. I think that DC should literally either, you can't even say stop at this point, but I mean, Diamond's coming back in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks max. Why bother at this point shipping through Midtown and DCBS? I think Midtown, I give Midtown and DCBS the highest kudos. Kudos to both of them for stepping in, for stepping up and saying, listen, we want to make sure that the books get out to the comic shops. We want to help out as much as we can. But as many comic shops have said, they are the competition. They are the opposition. They are the people we are trying to keep, they're the people that we're trying to make sure don't steal our customers. And in reality, every single person, I feel, even if they go into a comic shop, has at some point in time shopped with DCBS, has shopped with In Stock Trade, has shopped with Midtown. I've had the pleasure of shopping in a comic shop. I've had the pleasure of shopping with Midtown, and then the displeasure when their shipping got really crappy for a time, and then got better. Thank God, knock wood. And I've had the utmost pleasure shopping with In Stock Trade and DCBS. I love DCBS. I love In Stock Trade. I think they have the best deals. And I understand how comic shops are worried because they charge cover price. You buy a comic on DCBS or Midtown. Midtown, if you're ordering the week before, it's 15% off. DCBS, it's anywhere from 45 to 50%. Some issue number ones are 50% off, 35% off. And In Stock Trade is also another 35, 25. There's a high percentage off. But comic shops have to charge cover price. So a $5 book is a $5 book. So I understand how comic shops are like, that's our competition, And yes, even if I was to start going back to a comic shop, if I was to find one that I like, most of the books I definitely want, I would get through DCBS or Midtown. B, I would still get a fair amount until I was able to go to a comic shop. Because again, you got to also look at it as how much money you have and how much you could spend and what you can get for what you have. And at this point, buying through DCBS, I can get a lot more than if I was to go to a local comic shop and pay cover price for everything. However, I miss the atmosphere. So it's one of those things where I'm going to try to find a nice medium where I could do both. Hopefully, we'll see. I would love to go back to a comic shop. I would have to find one first. But again, everyone who goes to a comic shop has used these internet shops before. Hi, Eagle. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome back. Hopefully you're driving safe if you're driving, and if you're not driving, hopefully you're home safe. Love Last God series. I haven't read that yet, but with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman being there doesn't give the series like The Last God a chance to shine. Oh, I didn't know that. DC, you're being stupid. I like getting my weekly books at my local shop because I get, that day I get 25% off. The shops that do that, that's the kind of shop I would love to find, because then it's like, okay, now if I want, I could buy the books I need from DCBS. I wouldn't even use the Midtown Comics week to week. I'd just go to my local comic shop. If I got 25% off, that's 10% more than Midtown. So, Bavarian, your shop is the shop I'm hoping to find somewhere in New York. I've been to Midtown. I've been to one location. I've ordered from them online. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a fun trip, and I'll make a video of it for the channel. But trades are a different story. They are much, much cheaper online. Yeah, see, now trades, I can 100% tell you all that 90% of trades I more than likely would buy online, unless I found a shop that had discounts for trades, unless we decided, like, I know Cindy likes Barnes & Noble. I like going into Barnes & Noble. If I went in there and I saw a manga or I saw a trade I liked, I don't think I'd turn it down. Trades are cheaper, definitely. But I love Midtown. We'll see. I mean, if you guys want, maybe during the summer, if everything calms down, or maybe the fall, I'll do a nice trip into the city and we'll go to Midtown. The only problem is the last time I tried to record in Midtown, it got kind of frowned upon. So I might go to a different location, there's 3 shops. So I might go to a different one. This way I feel like I might have a chance to record inside. I wasn't able to last time. So we'll see. But after this pandemic is over, I would like to get out and just stretch my legs a little bit. So we'll see. We will see. And I think this is a good point to start talking about the future, because I'm really excited to announce a couple of things I'm going to be doing. I'm actually going to go into banners, so I'm sorry for one moment, everyone. I have to upload a picture to my StreamYard so you all can see. Okay. So really quickly, let's talk about the near future first. I mentioned that I was going to be doing a new top 5 and it was going to go up either Thursday or Saturday. I decided to wait, and anyone who thinks I should do it tomorrow, or Sunday, let me know. But I decided to wait till Monday because I feel like Monday's when I would have done my review, and a lot of people really enjoyed my last top 5. And I know my friend Black Knight said I should start doing more. So I was already considering it, especially because because we don't really have new books right now. And I enjoyed doing the last one. It was short. It was fun. I got to share some of my top 5s, or it was my top 5 hints, the last one. So I started sitting down and thinking and saying, there are a couple of top 5s I definitely can do. And so I made a list of a couple of top 5s. And then I said, maybe this could become something when the pandemic is over. So take something positive away from the pandemic. We might actually have a new series and it'll be the top 5 something. I don't know what, but I enjoyed doing the first one and I really enjoyed doing this one. So I'm going to share the banner with all of you. And that is top 5 IDW publishing series. These are my top 5 favorite IDW publishing series. And that is going to go live. This is the thumbnail. And that is going to go live more than likely on Monday. It'll probably be around like 12 noon. And I will be sharing my top 5 recommended series out of IDW. And it was fun. It was fun to do. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And there are a couple more. And if anybody has any recommendations, you're welcome, as always, to make recommendations in the Dark Avenger Nation Facebook, on the Dark Avenger Nation Facebook page. Not top 5 writers, not top 5 artists. I feel like we've done that on Frontline, and there are so many artists that I love beyond 5. So many writers that I love beyond 5 that in that particular situation, in those 2 specific, it's a lot harder for me to narrow down a top 5 when I like so many different artists, different writers. Even top 5 companies, I feel like, how many companies are there out there right now? The big 2, IDW, Boom. We have Image. We have Valiant. We have Zenoscope. Already it's like literally cutting only about 2 people out of the big top 5. So I probably wouldn't do companies per se. Maybe storylines, story arcs, if I can remember anything. Ever read Suicide Risk or Irredeemable? Irredeemable is on my wish list, the omnibus. Suicide Risk, no, I've never even heard of them. So I will be doing, my top 5 will be officially live on Monday. Like I said, that's the thumbnail. I'm really excited to bring that to everybody, and hopefully if you like it, oh, what's up, Nathaniel? Welcome in. Welcome, Nathan. Nathan Boss, okay. Gotcha. Well, welcome in. Welcome to the show. Welcome in. I'm glad you showed up. It's always fun to have people to talk with. So I might start doing more top 5s. I enjoyed it. All of you enjoyed it. And as long as you continue to enjoy it, I definitely want to bring more to you. So, and then, like I said, we'll see if this spins out into an actual ongoing series on the channel. Maybe we'll see. again, it all depends on how all of you enjoy it, and I'm having fun doing any video for all of you. So whenever I make a video that other people enjoy, it's a success for me. So I love making videos. I enjoy doing this channel. I enjoy talking comic books. I enjoy everything I do for all of you. That's why I'm here. So really quickly, I know a lot of people don't like hearing talks about this, but at this point in time, especially in the position YouTube is in, and a lot of channels have gone this route, and by no means before I get into it, A, it's not a requirement. B, you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything. I'm not going to be taking away anything from people who are loyal, who are subscribed to this channel, who are watching this channel, to put on to this other website. However, I did start a Patreon. I started it a while ago, and I did tease it a bit. I said that it needed a lot of work still. It did. At this point, again, when it comes to this channel, this is my heart. This is the soul of what I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing it for all of you because I love all of you. And at this point, you know, as you all know, everyone lost AdSense a couple of years ago because of YouTube changing their requirements for AdSense. And even if you have the AdSense, how many people don't have ad blocker already? I mean, dozens of people already have ad blocker. They block everything. So the revenue would only come in from YouTube TV anyway. And no, I've only ever seen one check. I've only ever gotten one check from YouTube, and that took, I think, about 5 years-ish. And again, anything that is put into this channel helps grow the channel, helps build the channel up, and it allows for me to do more than what I already have planned. Again, if nothing comes of it, the channel is still going to continue forward as planned the way it is. This is just to help, A, keep the lights on in the office, and B, keep things running, and maybe even add a couple more things to the channel, help build the channel up even more and quicker. So I do have a Patreon. I want to share screen again for a moment, just so you all can see. The link is in the description below. I have, it's for creating YouTube videos, live streams, comic reviews and news, and much more. Everything that's put into this Patreon is going to be going directly to Dark Avenger C86. Where is it? Where is it? I want the tiers. My membership. No, I need to see the tiers. I wanted to see, to show the tiers off. Really? I've got to go into editing to show the tiers off? I guess I am. Okay, well, we'll edit the page so y'all can see the tiers. For some reason, it just does not want to show up. So I made 9 tiers up right now. And again, this is just stuff that came off the top of my head. Things could be edited. And again, anything I do on Patreon that says exclusive are extra. I'm going to be taking time out of my extra spare free time to provide bonus content for Patreon. I'm not going to be taking anything away from Dark Avenger. So there's the tip tier, which is just a tip, and you'll get a couple of random exclusive Patreon posts. There's the support tier, which is access to Patreon exclusive posts. There's a review choice, which at this tier you can recommend a book or trade for me to review in a specific month. Of course, money's provided, which I think I think single issues are where I'm going to start with anyway. So definitely you're welcome to recommend me a single issue that I will throw into a review once a month. There's topic time, which a little bit more. It's a little bit higher tier. But for topic time, you can recommend a topic for me to talk about on Dark Avenger Live or make a video about. You recommend the topic, and then I'll decide if I have enough to talk about for a video. I'll make a video. If not, I will do it on Dark Avenger Live. Early Bird Special, you get to see a couple of videos early. Like, for example, I have my top 5 IDW done already. Early Bird Special, you'll get to see the video a couple of days before it comes out on YouTube. But everyone will get to see the video regardless. This is just an Early Bird Special, and this is for when I get videos done early enough that people will be able to see them. And I don't think the review will ever be done early. So early bird special will basically be for other videos that I do on the channel. If you want to do a review and topic together, like you want to recommend a book and a topic for me once a month, there's a tier for that. Behind the scenes is something where this is the bonus stuff I was talking about. I will be doing extra stuff on my free time, sharing more behind the scenes stuff going on as I'm making a video, as I'm planning a video, as I'm writing, as I'm doing stuff behind the scenes for the channel. This is bonus exclusive content that I'm making more of. This is not something I'm taking away from one to put into another. I'm actually taking my extra time to make this exclusive content. And again, if no one's on this tier, I'm not going to be doing it. So if you join the tier, that's where I'll start doing some behind the scenes stuff. But this is more, this is extra stuff I'm putting on myself to do, not stuff I'm going to be taking away from all of you. This is extra. I'm going to actually purposely be doing that. Behind the scenes and early bird, again, that's going to be if you want both the behind the scenes and early bird, where you get to see videos early and behind the scenes stuff. And then the final one is the ultimate supporter, which basically you get everything. You get the behind the scenes, you get the early bird, you get to recommend me a book once a month, you get the exclusive posts, and you get what was the other one? You get the book to review, the topic time, everything. You get everything in this tier level. And by the way, from tip all the way down, regardless, any patron to the Patreon, I will be adding an end card to any video I make with your name on it. And at the ultimate supporter tier, you get to choose the color your name is in, and your name obviously will be on top because you're the ultimate supporter. That's my highest tier. Again, I literally just threw it together on a whim. Things can change. I really want to help. I really want to build this channel up as much as I can. Any support is welcomed, thanked 1,000 times over. And like I said, I feel like if anyone is going to put something down for this channel, I feel like I want to give you something for doing that. And there's a lot of stuff I'm planning that has nothing to do with Patreon. There's a lot of stuff I'm planning to do on this channel. Regardless, I'm working on some giveaways. I'm working on some really cool streams. I'd like to reach out to some creator friends of mine and then even go beyond that and have some guests on Dark Avenger Live from time to time to talk about their books, to talk about their work. I really have a lot I want to work on. Patreon is just a means to help get the gears on this channel moving just a little bit faster. Even if it's minimal, it's enough. And my goal on Patreon, you know, every patron page has a goal. Currently, it's just $500 a month. That's my goal for Patreon. As time moves forward, it will either increase or it'll stay the same. But again, this is not a requirement. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to, but it does help the channel out. So again, like Twitch, if you'd like to show some support for Dark Avenger C86 and you wanted to know how and you've been thinking and trying to figure out a way, that's how to do it. The link's in the description below. If you want to join the Patreon, you can. There's a lot of really cool stuff I have planned for Patreon exclusively. Again, extra stuff if you do decide to back. So yes, I get no ads anyway without ad block. Oh, okay. So then I guess there's that. I like to see top fives. Awesome. Then you're going to be really happy. I've got a lot of top fives coming. And then afterwards, we'll see what kind of top 5 series I'll come up with. I've been letting people borrow my trade paperbacks because they don't have anything else at home. I know, man, right? Simon, what's going on? Hey, DA, where should I start with this run of Nightwing? Any particular number? With this specific volume of Nightwing, it's hard because Nightwing's been all over the world and back again, right? Nightwing, I would say if you want to start anywhere, I would say trade paperback your way up to current day. Start with volume 1 right after Rebirth and work your way up to here because, I mean, Nightwing came back. We had Rebirth. Then Nightwing was shot, got amnesia. He's been what do you call Rick Grayson for a long time now. And now currently the Joker War is happening, and now Rick found out that it was the Court of Owls that messed with his mind. So now he wants to get his memories back, and I guess this is the journey he's going on. I love Dan Jurgens' writing, so I couldn't recommend Dan Jurgens' writing anymore. So I would say definitely start with volume 1 and work your way up to where we're at now. I don't think it would be too long, because if you figure if it's a 7 to 10 issues trade, it's anywhere from about 7 to, well, it'll be about 7 trades to get up to where we are at now if they do 10 issues a trade. If they don't, it's about 8 or 9. It'll be about 8 or 9 trades and you'll catch up, which isn't bad, especially if it's 7 or 8 books. It's only going to be about like $9-10. I would recommend checking out instocktrade.com, checking out midtowncomics.com for trades. If you are brave and you want to take a chance, you can check out Amazon too, but I recommend not, because Amazon ships their books in envelopes unless you're going to buy a bulk. Then they'll put it in a box unless they ship it separately. So depends how brave you are when it comes to where you want to order from, or go to your local comic shop and see if they'll order the trades for you. That's another awesome bonus to local comic shops. You can go to your shop owner and say, hey, are you able to get me volume of this? I would love to find volume 3 of Batman Beyond After Rebirth. It has sold out. It is $50 online, and there's absolutely no way I'm paying $50 for a book with only about 4 or 5 issues in it. But for some reason, it's a big deal because Damien's in that volume. And even when DCBS re-solicited all the volumes, it's 1, 3. Oh no, it's 1, 2. They skip 3, 4, and 5. So I still can't get it. So I would love to. Speaking of Dan Jurgens, I wanted to catch up on his Nightwing, on his Batman Beyond run. I can't, because 1 volume sold out, and the cheapest you're going to find it is like $40 because they haven't reprinted it yet. A trade. This is a trade paperback. I thought single issues were hard to find, not trades. Jeez. Crazy stuff. It's crazy. So that being said, also some other new things I'm working on for the channel are, like I said, I'm looking to bring people on to DA live. I'm looking to bring creators on from not every show, because I don't want this to become one of those shows where, you know, you're interviewing writers and artists all the time. But I think it would break the monotony up, and I think it would be fun. Also, I have a lot of really cool, creative friends that I'd love to bring on to talk about their work. And then, like I said, maybe it'll go beyond. Maybe we'll reach out to some DC writers, some Marvel writers, some Marvel artists, some DC artists, some artists, period. Because artists are all over the spectrum. Same thing with writers. There are very few exclusive to DC, exclusive to Marvel, but there's a lot of stuff. Gaming as well. That's the one thing. Cool, appreciate it. Oh man, anytime. Again, if I can answer a question, if I can answer any kind of inquiry, I definitely will. Gaming as well. But when it comes to gaming, I've tried gaming, David, on this channel. I've tried doing video game reviews. They did not go over well. Not too many people wanted to watch it. Not many people watched it. So I realized that no, I don't think gaming will be on Dark Avenger. I do have a gaming Twitch channel. Links in the description below. That's where I game, where I stream from time to time. But unfortunately, not many people were interested in my gaming content. I did a lot of game reviews for the channel, and nobody really cared. Maybe I'll do a top 5 games. Maybe. Like top 5 for the first 6 months or something. But again, a lot of people who come to Dark Avenger C86, you're here for the comic stuff. So maybe a comic book video game like the Avengers that are coming out, or Iron Man VR. But regular standard video games, I mean, maybe I'll do it on a different channel. But this channel is going to be specifically for comic books or comic related stuff. I do have another channel, links in the description below. That might be where I put the gaming stuff. Along with I have other stuff on that channel as well. Right now, I'm really focused on Dark Avenger C86. But if you like gaming stuff, maybe I'll see down the road. I might put some gaming stuff on there. So, David, if you haven't subscribed to my second channel yet, like I said, links all the way down below. Subscribe. It's basically my name. That's the name of the channel. So subscribe there, and maybe I'll do some gaming content on there for you. But for this channel, we're sticking to comic books, or comic related at least. Wow, that's crazy. $50 for a trade paperback. I never paid above cover price, right? For some reason, this trade sold out. It's the Demon trade, Batman Beyond Demon. I forgot what exactly the full title was, Brother Demon or something like that. Sold out all over, and it's like $50, $40, $50. And I'm like, why? Why? When you go from $15, $20, $50 back down to $30 or maybe $40 because it's sold out the next volume, but on in stock trade it's like $10. It's like, come on. It's crazy. I won't do it. I just have to wait then. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait because there's no way I'm paying $30. And the trade is, I'm not joking with you, the trade is maybe this thin. Maybe. How many issues are in this one? Or in this book? Issues 1 through what? I hate when they don't. Oh, here, issues 1 through 6. This is a 6-issue trade right here. And that's about how many issues are in the Batman Beyond trade. It's insane. What games do you like? What game do you like more, Marvel vs. Capcom or Injustice? That's hard to answer, Black Knight, and I'll tell you why. Because Marvel vs. Capcom is my childhood. Loved it. Loved it to death. The arcades, when it came to Xbox and PlayStation, loved it. Played the hell out of it. However, Injustice, unlike Marvel vs. Capcom, Injustice has a story to it. Injustice had comics connected to it, had series. Injustice went 7 years, I believe. Correct? Am I correct? 5 years? 5 years Injustice went. And then another 2 years for Injustice 2 worth of trades. There was 0 Hour, which was Harley Quinn's point of view during the Injustice video game. There was another mini. I feel like I'm missing a mini. There was another series. Injustice gave a story, but Marvel vs. Capcom at the same time is childhood and is just fun. I don't like fighting games at all, but I will play Marvel vs. Capcom if I'm over somebody's house and they're like, hey, you want to play Marvel vs. Capcom? Because I love it. The game, it just reminds me of when I was a kid and I just went on the arcade, hitting those buttons, doing those combos. It was just so much fun. And even the newer Marvel vs. Capcoms are fun. It's one of those games that you just can't not love. But Injustice has a story to it. Not just in-game, but it goes beyond games into comic books. And it's just, Injustice is a crazy, if Superman lost Lois and his child story, and he becomes like this dictator, world dictator. And the comic showing the journey up until the video game. And then, of course, in the video game, the main DC universe invades and saves that world from Superman. And then Injustice 2 was the whole Brainiac thing where they had to team up to fight Brainiac. And then again, Superman would turn on the Justice League and be sent to the Phantom Zone this time, drained of all of his superpowers. And Supergirl came into the mix then. And I like both. A Black Knight, I couldn't pick. I couldn't pick. I'll be honest with you. I'd play both. I would play both. Now, if you said like Mortal Kombat versus Injustice, it would be Injustice hands down. I did like DC versus Mortal Kombat. That was another fun game. Again, when it comes to the comic games, I guess I give them I don't even have to give them an easy pass. They're amazing. I mean, Spider-Man, amazing. My only complaint that it's a PlayStation exclusive. I feel like Spider-Man should have been on every single console. I know Sony owns Spider-Man. I just think it's wrong. I think anyone should be able to play it. Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PC, everyone should have the ability to play a really good Spider-Man game, and that's what Spider-Man was. So if anything, I feel like Spider-Man hinders itself because it's only on one console. And there are Xbox fans that'll never buy a PlayStation, and there are PC master race, and they'll never buy a PlayStation either. So they lose out on Spider-Man, and that's my only complaint there. Marvel versus but then Nintendo has what's it called? Number 3. Marvel something 3. Oh my God. Whatever Marvel game it is, the Marvel game that was all across all systems, they got exclusive license to that. So Nintendo has that game, and I feel like that's a disservice to the game because, again, it's an excellent game, and it's only on the Switch. You can't play it on the Xbox, can't play it on the PC, can't play it on the PlayStation. And Ultimate Alliance 3. again, you're taking away from the audience because somebody who only owns an Xbox can't play Ultimate Alliance, can't play Spider-Man. Somebody who owns a Switch can't play Spider-Man, but can play Ultimate Alliance. Somebody who has PlayStation can play Spider-Man, can't play Ultimate Alliance, though. So if you're not like me and have all the consoles, you're missing out on a game, depending on what game that is. So it's my only little complaint. Are you reading the current Star Wars and Darth Vader? Yes. What do you think about them? Star Wars, I'm loving. I'm really enjoying this. Now they moved the phase from between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back to between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So Luke is now searching for his lightsaber. There's a possibility of a yellow lightsaber coming into play until we get to obviously where he creates his new lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. You have Han Solo, who's been taken by Boba Fett, encased in carbonite to be taken to Jabba the Hutt. I don't know. See, I feel like they're going to push this story a little bit faster because Han Solo is a main player in the Star Wars books, and they're going to want to get him back as soon as possible. So I think this will last for maybe a good 2-3 years, maybe 4 if they push it strong enough. And then they're going to go between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Or what they could do is just not have it any in-between movie time specific and just touch all around the world and back again. However, that might get the series convoluted, so it might have to follow something. So I would say it might go between Empire Strikes Back and Force Awakens. But it just sucks because right now we're in between the point where you won't have Han Solo. So that's my only minus for Star Wars. But again, we've been getting really good story up until this point. Darth Vader, again, the first 2 issues, amazing. First we thought Padme was back. Then we found out it was not Padme. It was her double from all the way back in, Phantom Menace. So I've been liking it. Both series have been going really strong. I'm reading, again, like X-Men. These are some of the trades I canceled from Amazon. I am reading Darth Vader. I am collecting Darth Vader and Star Wars via trade. So all my Star Wars books, Star Wars, Darth Vader. Bounty Hunters, I'm going to go to issue 5. If it's an ongoing after that, I will probably start trade paperbacking Bounty Hunters. And maybe I'll get the first trade too, just so that I have a complete collection. But Star Wars, like X-Men, I am getting in trade form. Except also with Star Wars, with Luke's lightsaber, I will be getting that arc. I will be getting that arc in single issue form. After that, I'll be doing only trades for Star Wars. I'll only pay $50 for an omnibus. Agreed. Like Killer Bee Killed issue 1 through. Exactly. Then it's fair to do it like that. Yep. It was Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch. They should do a Thanos game, or any villain should be game. What? I don't know. Love Charles Soule, Darth Vader series. Yeah, it's going really strong. Really, I enjoyed. Is Charles Soule's the current Darth Vader writer? No, I'm trying to remember, but no Solo in the Star Wars, but I do like Lando. Lando is good. See, Lando's a nice addition. I agree. So you got Lando. That's why I think they might push to get to post Return of the Jedi as soon as possible, just so that we can have all the characters in. Lando, Han Solo, but then, alternatively, you lose Darth Vader, which I don't think Marvel wants to do because Darth Vader is going really strong. So what then do you do with the Darth Vader book? So I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot because now they lost Han Solo, but they can't go any further because then they're going to lose Darth Vader. And then what do you do with the Darth Vader book? Unless they close off the Darth Vader book and there's no Darth Vader book at all anymore, which I don't think would be a good move because Darth Vader is actually a pretty popular book from their Star Wars line right now. So what do you do? As a Marvel, in Marvel, what is your executive decision? Do you go back? Do you go back between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back? Do you move forward between the Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, or do you start doing random stories throughout all time in in the Star Wars universe, which then, of course, risks convoluting both series. I love Vader, so I don't want them to skip ahead. He's my favorite villain of all time. I like Darth Vader. I think Darth Vader is going really strong. And I, too, don't want Darth Vader to be, to end and to have to move forward without him. So I guess I would rather have random stories throughout the Star Wars universe from both books in each arc, as opposed to moving forward, losing Darth Vader and gaining Han Solo back. But I do want Han Solo back. So, I mean, technically they can get Han Solo back. I mean, the movie didn't take place in one day. So they could say that the universe is taking place during Return of the Jedi. So basically Han Solo's back, but Darth Vader's still alive. We could do that. I mean, I'm sure days passed in between, the movie, so to speak. What was it? No, Greg Pak is writer right now for Star Wars. Pak, I know, is Star Wars. I love Vader. Okay. And then, have you seen any of the trailer stuff for Star Wars The High Republic? The High Republic, you're not talking about the Clone Wars final season. I'm pretty sure you're not. The only thing I've watched is the Clone Wars, and that's because I watched Clone Wars on Cartoon Network a while back. And the fact that they're giving us one last season is, that stuff I'm watching. High Republic, you'll have to give me more information, Black Knight. I guess we don't really need to set all Star Wars books in the same time frame. I agree. I mean, one of the positive things that Dark Horse did was, instead of making it an ongoing, except Star Wars was their ongoing. But again, every arc took place at different points in time in the Star Wars universe. But what Dark Horse did that Marvel isn't doing, that Marvel should have learned from Dark Horse, is Dark Horse did 5 to 6 issue miniseries. And that's why Star Wars was so strong with them. They had a Darth Maul mini. They had the Jedi Force Awakens, which was the origin and beginning of the Jedi Order, the Jedis, period. They had miniseries connected to Darth Vader. They had miniseries connected to Luke Skywalker. They had miniseries that had nothing to do with any of the characters in Star Wars, where they made up new characters for Star Wars, and they had miniseries, and then they spun into different miniseries. The only character new that spun out of the Star Wars Marvel verse so far is Dr. Aphra, and she is very polarizing. Either you like her or you hate her. Right now, I'm indifferent because I think she's doing really well in Bounty Hunters. So I might read Dr. Aphra issue number 1. But she's a polarizing character. The characters Dark Horse created, again, they're miniseries. So if you didn't like the character, you could just skip the miniseries. Dr. Aphra is getting an ongoing series and is a character in Bounty Hunters. Like a mainstay possible character for Bounty Hunters. That's the one positive thing I could say about Dark Horse, was their Star Wars runs and minis were amazing. And I'm glad I got Jedi. I'm glad I got the beginning of the Jedi Order mini, because I don't even think they're allowed to sell those trades anymore. I'm not sure if they are. If they are, I'm going to find it and I'm going to buy the trades for both. I think it had 3 volumes. And I definitely want all 3 for a trade collection. Did I read that one? Okay, no, we didn't. Okay. I'm sorry again. StreamYard is a bit slower than YouTube. I'm sure if I go on YouTube right now, I might have an extra comment here or there. That's why I thought last week it was me being ahead of the time and the comments were back. It turns out that it takes a couple of minutes, like this comment right here. Thank you, because I sneezed about a minute ago almost. It takes time for comments to go from YouTube to StreamYard. But again, I don't want to go on YouTube and read the comments, because then I can't do this until I'm able to see it on StreamYard. High Republic is new novels and comics about Jedi before Phantom Menace. There's a video on YouTube about it. Black Knight, share that video in the Nation. I'd like to see it, because I don't even think I saw that in the solicits. So novels, I'm not really... See, when it comes to novels, I don't really, because I'm reading so many comics, I don't have time to read novels. But if there's comics coming out about Jedis before Phantom Menace, that might be a book I want to look into. So definitely share that trailer in the nation. But we are at 11 o'clock now. We've gone for an hour and almost 5 minutes. So I don't want this show to be too long. So I hope all of you enjoyed this week. Hopefully next week we'll have a couple of DC books that we could actually discuss, which I don't think so. I don't think DC is really releasing any of the heavy hitters until at least Diamond starts distributing again. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I'll be back next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. As always, keep an eye on the time for the live show. I might sometimes have to change it to 10 o'clock if something's going on in the house. So anywhere from 9:30 to 10 o'clock Eastern. But I'm going to try to keep the show always at 9:30. 10 o'clock will be a very rare one-off where I have something that's going on and I have to push the show. What, Dr. Afra, if I spelled right, what's wrong with her? I've never really liked her. She didn't fit in the previous volume of Star Wars Darth Vader for me. I really didn't care for the character, but they've been writing her differently. So I like her in Bounty Hunters. So we'll have to wait and see. So David, nothing at the moment's wrong with her, but I would say if you read, I mean, if you have, then maybe, again, polarizing. Either you like her or you hate her. A lot of people, I'm one of the minority that doesn't care either way. Tell me a good story with the character, make the character good. And I don't care. I mean, Dr. Afra never rubbed me completely the wrong way, but there were times they used her where it just didn't make sense in my opinion. And that's why it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But anyway, great show, dude. Thank you so much, Black Knight. Thank you all so much for being here with me live tonight. Again, if you can and if you'd like to consider, I do have a Patreon. There's some really awesome tiers. Links in the description below. Links in the description below for everything. If you'd like to follow me all across social media, it's at Dark Avenger C86. I have a secondary channel. Link is in the description below to that. Like people like David who want something beyond comic books, that's stuff that goes on there. I am very focused on this channel right now, though, so a lot of the content you're going to find right here. Look forward to my top 5 IDW series this coming Monday. If you haven't already, definitely consider joining the Nation on Facebook. We have a Dark Avenger Nation Facebook page where we get together and talk about when new comics come out, new comics and news that is coming out in the comic book realm. So if you haven't joined that Facebook group, definitely consider doing that as well. And yeah, I will be back soon with new videos, more live shows. Don't forget to check out Frontline. Oh my God, I'm still used to saying that. Comic Book Weekly this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Comic Frontline and or Comic Book Corner 2.0. We stream on both channels at the same time. Look forward to Aftershock. We will be doing AEW Aftershock sometime this weekend, Brant and I, and we are going to be doing the past 2 weeks in AEW. Yes, we love AEW. And if you're into gaming, definitely follow Dark Avenger Gaming on Twitch because every so often I'll go on there and I'll stream a game. Cool. Thanks, DA. Send you a question on Insta. Okay, man. I will check it out later when I get on Instagram. But Instagram is one of my favorite places because I share a lot of stuff on there. Might have a haul video once the quarantine is all done because I have a whole stack of books that I bought during the lockdown. So I might do a haul video, but that's a couple weeks from now. Love you all. Stay safe. Take care. Keep reading. Keep collecting. Stay well. See you all in the next one. Once it allows me to end the stream. Later, everyone.